Hi, I'm Raina Morgan with iHealthTube. We're visiting with Dr. Cheryl Selman. She is an author and a lecturer on women's health. Welcome, Dr. Selman.
Hi.
What we'd like to talk about is your personal journey that started you investigating women's health and encouraged you to write The Hormonal Heresy, right?
Absolutely. It's a good question.
You were hormonally challenged,
I
right?
was hormonally challenged, but I didn't know it. Actually, my journey began in my mid-40s. And like so many women, I was busy with my career. I was working very hard trying to attain the American dream, being a workaholic, working many, many, many hours a week, 48 weekends throughout the year, really trying to achieve and doing really well in my profession. However, when you're working so hard, you're not eating well, you're not sleeping well. I found out I was eating the wrong foods. There were, stress was really piling up. So what first began to happen to me was an experience of anxiety attacks. And I was getting these anxiety attacks at around 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. So I'd be, fast asleep, and then all of a sudden, 4 a.m. in the morning, I'd have this horrible panicky feeling, this sick feeling in the pit of the stomach. And when you have anxiety feelings or panic attacks, whatever thought you're thinking, it's like it goes through the filter of anxiousness. So I'd be there lying awake for a couple of hours every night, worrying about everything under the sun. So I thought I had a psychological issue coming up. I didn't understand what this meant.
Well, I could see that, yes.
Right? So I was a psychotherapist at that point, so I saw a lot of colleagues trying to get to the root cause of this anxiousness to no avail. So here I am about every night for a year with anxiety attacks. And then after that, other things started to occur that gave me some clues. So the next thing that started to happen was I was getting night sweats. So I'm getting up around midnight, drenched. And this was something new. I didn't know what that meant, but it kind of signals something hormonal. I did get that.
Okay.
And trying to get back to sleep, and then I'm awakened at 4 a.m. But I wasn't getting much sleep at all, and if you don't sleep, you really can't heal and repair.
Isn't that called early awakening or early morning insomnia?
Well, I think you can call it lots of things.
Okay.
I didn't know what it was.
It was affecting you, though.
It was affecting me. It was affecting my ability to produce and to work, because I was sleep deprived.
So how many hours of sleep were you getting a night?
I was getting maybe 5 hours of deep, 4 or 5 hours of uninterrupted sleep. This was a time in my life when there were other things going on. I was experiencing, I was waking up tired, but I had always been waking up tired, so it was just getting more exhausted. I was suffering from really bad hay fever. I was starting to get some aches in my joints. I was putting on some weight. I was going through terrible mood swings and cycles of depression. I noticed I was not able to really concentrate. It's really easy when women have these experiences in their 40s to say, it's just aging, which I really encourage women never to accept.
Okay.
But the night sweats was the turning point for me, because that's when I had to start thinking hormones. And so I began to investigate the hormonal aspect and what was going on with the night sweats, and that was like entering the rabbit hole, like Alice's rabbit hole, right?
Box kind of.
Everything, it led me into a new world. And I began to understand what was really happening with my body, what was happening with my hormones. I began to make changes, and then all those symptoms that I was experiencing, from the night sweats to the anxiety attacks to the depression to the weight gain to the fatigue, disappeared as I began to return to hormonal balance.
And that is the message in your book, is hormonal balance.
That is the message of my book, and to understand what's really happening with our bodies. Certainly when I realized I was going through hormonal issues, and I investigated things like HRT, and I realized there's some big problems with this treatment, and so it led to the research that resulted in Hormone Heresy.
Excellent research, vitally important to all women of all ages. Thank you, Dr. Selman.
You're welcome.